Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I welcome all of you via an MAKI Pune College of Arts, Science and Commerce College Camp Pune 1. I teach you paper 1, that is discrete probability distribution and time series. In last lecture, we did MGF, CGF of NBD, and by using CGF, we try to get second central moment, third central moment, and fourth central moment. I stop my class by giving the hint of today's lecture, that is why we calculate mu2, mu3 and mu4. And I said to study the shape of distribution, we take a help of second central moment, third central moment and fourth central moment. So today we'll try to see how mu2, mu3 and mu4 can be used to decide the nature of the distribution. Let us see in last lecture, we did up to K4 and I ask everybody to simplify the expression which you are looking on the screen to get this final simplification as K4 equal to KQ by P raised to 4 in bracket P square plus 3 times K plus 2 multiply Q. Today we'll proceed ahead to calculate beta 1 and beta 2. Beta 1 stand for measure of skewness and beta 2 stand for measure of kurtosis. In first year paper 1 syllabus, you are familiar with skewness and kurtosis. Skewness is nothing but lack of symmetry and kurtosis is measuring the pickedness of the graph, provided the graph is symmetric. So firstly, we try to develop beta 1, that is measure of skewness for NBD. You can recall the formula which we are using to study skewness in the first year is mu3 square divided by mu2 cube. That means numerator is square of third central moment and the denominator is cube of second central moment. Second central moment is nothing but variance. So you have mu3 from last week lecture, KQ in bracket 1 plus Q divided by P cube. This is your mu3. And we are making a square of this. Whereas mu2, that stand for variance, and we know variance of NBD is KQ by P square. So we are making a cube of this. Let us simplify and see what you get. Take a square inside. So it will simplified as K square Q square 1 plus Q square and total divide P raised to 3 and square of that is P raised to 6. Similarly, in the denominator, you will get the term K cube, Q cube and P raised to 6. So this P raised to 6 and P raised to 6 get cancelled and you'll get a simplified K square cancel with K cube, K will be balanced. Q square cancel with the help of Q cube and Q will be balanced in the denominator. So finally, beta 1 is nothing but 1 plus q whole bracket square divided by k times q. Let us see now what will be the possible values of beta 1. We know that q is a probability of failure and probability never negative. So q is a positive quantity. Ultimately, 1 plus q become a positive quantity. So in this expression, numerator is plus sign. K is the number of success. It always begins from 1. So it is also positive. Q also positive. So this whole expression gives a positive value. That means for any value of K, any value of Q, beta 1 always greater than 0. And that it says that according to your first year knowledge, if beta 1 is greater than 0, then the respective distribution is positively skewed. So if you try to draw the graph of NBD, the tail part of NBD will be on the right hand side. So maximum data will be stretched on the right hand side if you try to draw the frequency distribution of NBD. In case of graphical representation, your x-axis will be x values and y-axis will be the respective probabilities. So it will observe that as x increases, x stand for random variable of NBD, and we know random variable of NBD is number of failure to get K success. So if x increases, probability will fall down. If x is small values, probability will be large. That is the indication of positively skewed distribution. After having positively skewed distribution, we go for studying the nature of kurtosis. That means pickedness of graph of NBD. With the help of beta 1, we decide NBD is a positively skewed. Let us check the nature of kurtosis with the help of beta 2. So, you know, beta 2 is nothing but ratio of mu4 divided by mu2 square. Mu4 we developed last time, that is mu4 is nothing but K4 plus 3 times K2 square, and simplified to this expression. Divide by mu2 square, mu2 is a variance, and make a square of this. So K cube by P square whole bracket square. Simplify this. At the end, you will get beta 2 as P square plus 3 times K plus 2 multiply Q divided by K times Q. With the help of beta 2, we can get another coefficient that is named as a gamma 2. Gamma 2 is nothing but beta 2 minus 3. So this expression minus 3 will try to simplify, and finally you get such type of simplification. Again, you can see the numerator, there is no minus sign. P is a probability of success. Q is a probability of failure. Both are probabilities, and we know probability is never negative. And that's why gamma 2 greater than 0. So if gamma 2 is greater than 0, according to your first year knowledge, if gamma 2 less than 0, it is platycurtic. If gamma 2 equal to 0, it is a mesocurtic. That is a normal. And if gamma 2 greater than 0, it is a leptocurtic. So from this calculation, you have to remember the nature of NBD is positively skewed and leptocurtic. This remark is very useful to solve multiple choice questions. They may ask you question like this: state whether following statements are true or false. So they can put any options related with NBD. So you have to pick up the option NBD is a leptocurtic and positively skewed. I think everybody got it. This is the topic to decide the nature of negative binomial distribution. Now we proceed ahead. Remark: NBD is positively skewed and leptocurtic. As k tends to infinity, we have beta 1 tends to 0 and gamma 2 tends to 0. That means if I speak for limiting distribution of NBD, limiting distribution of NBD becomes symmetric, that is a mesocurtic, if k number of successes are large. This easily you can see from previous slide. Here you can see beta 1, the formula is this. If I take a limit of this expression, limit k tends to infinity, so this denominator become infinity. And you know from elementary mathematics, anything divided by infinity always 0. So beta 1 becomes 0 as k goes to infinity. Similarly, beta 2 expression, you can see this is p square plus 3 bracket k plus 2q, k times q. Now at this stage, I can't take limit because you know in mathematics, limit of beta to k tends to infinity. Numerator is also infinity, denominator is also infinity. It becomes infinity upon infinity. So if you want to solve this limit, you have to go by L'Hospital's rule. But we don't bother about this. We take limit of gamma 2. And gamma 2 does not involve k in the numerator. And that is why limit of gamma 2 as k goes to infinity, this become infinity. Anything divided by infinity becomes 0. And that is why as k goes infinity, beta 1 goes to 0, gamma 2 also goes to 0. And that is why from first year knowledge, if beta 1 0, gamma 2 0, then we say the distribution is symmetric. So this also one of the remark that you have to remember for multiple choice question. As number of success become large, NBD become what type of distribution? Positively skewed, negatively skewed, symmetric, and none of these. So you have to tick the mark answer for k goes to infinity, NBD becomes symmetric. So such type of remark in the notes are very important to solve multiple choice questions. And nowadays, multiple choice question becomes very important due to this COVID-19, because university planning to take online examinations almost for all the students. And that's why you have to study these notes by keeping two things in mind. You may have online examination or you may have offline examination. If it is offline, you have to write theoretically descriptive answers. But if it is online, you have to go for multiple choice. And for multiple choice, you have to study such type of things very, very carefully to prepare your MCQs. So what is MCQ told you? Number one, NBD is positively skewed and leptocurtic. Second remark says, what is the limiting distribution of NBD? If your number of success, that is parameter K, become large and large, that means K goes to infinity, beta 1 goes to 0, gamma 2 goes to 0, and that is why NBD become symmetric as a limiting case. Third remark, as K increases, gamma 1 decreases, hence NBD becomes symmetric. So such type of remarks should be remembered for going online examination based on multiple choice. Let us proceed ahead for another topic, which is named as additive property of NBD. What is the statement? If X and Y are two independent NBD random variables with parameter K1, P and K2, P respectively. That means if I have two situations in the real life, one situation is following NBD with parameter K1, chance of success P. Another situation follows NBD with parameter K2 and chance of success P. That means there are two situations with same success of probability. Then if I add these two situations together, what will happen? The statement says, if you add these two situations together, that also follows NBD. And what is the respective parameter? K1 plus K2, P. That means only first parameter is added, second parameter is continued as it is. So this is the statement which is called additive property of NBD. Sometime it also named as reproductive property of NBD. Let us see mathematical proof of this property. Proof based on the MGF approach. X follows NBD K1, P, here comma is forgotten. Then MXT, which we developed in previous classes, MGF of NBD, P divided by 1 minus Q e to the power T, whole bracket K1. You can remember this expression from previous class. Similarly, I have another variable Y, which also follows negative binomial with parameter K2, P. Then respective MGF is MYT, P divide 1 minus Q e to the power T, whole power K2. We have X and Y as independent random variables. So by using additive property of MGF, we have, you can recall in first year what I taught, MGF of X plus Y at point T is equal to mxt multiply myt. This is the additive property of MGF for two independent random variables. I have mxt with me, that is nothing but this much. I also have MGF of y, so I put this expression in place of mxt and myt. You can see now, according to your school mathematics, a raised to m, b raised to, a raised to m, a raised to n. If base is same, we add the power. So here the same thing happening. Look this entire bracket and this entire bracket. Both are same. So this is nothing but a raised to m, a raised to n. So power will be added. So this is nothing but MGF of x plus y. On the left hand side, I am trying to develop MGF for x plus y. So it is simplified as P divided by 1 minus q e to the power t whole bracket k1 plus k2. Now I taught in first year 3 properties of MGF. If you recall, additive property of MGF, change of origin scale property of MGF, and third is uniqueness property of MGF. This property I have stated without proof because proof is out of your syllabus scope. What that uniqueness says? Uniqueness says for each and every distribution, there is unique type of MGF. And for every MGF, there is a unique type of distribution. That means there is one-to-one relation between distribution and MGF. So if we have such type of MGF, I highlight it. If you have such type of MGF for any variable, then this MGF is only and only for negative binomial distribution. So easily I can say, if you are having such MGF, my variable under study x plus y will follow what distribution? It will follow NBD with parameter k1 plus k2 and second parameter as a p. Why I'm saying like this? Let us go previous page. This is your MGF for x. Power is k1, so first parameter is k1. And second parameter p coming from here. Let us compare this step with current page. Easily you can see the power replaced by k1 plus k2 as a first parameter. And second parameter remain as it is, that is p. So from this proof, what you understand, if you have two independent situations, you can amalgam that situations together and result will be remain in NBD. It does not go outside NBD. And this concept is called as a additive property or reproductive property. We have a question on this topic, which is a theoretical question. State and prove additive property of NBD. So you have to go by very simple proof. Start from like this. Firstly, you have to state, and then you have to go for proof. Proof based on MGF. Very simple proof, but many often this comes in the exam. So be prepared for such question. Now my next topic is relation between NBD with geometric random variable. At the beginning, I told you geometric is a particular case of NBD. How it is particular case? It become a particular case by replacing value of k as 1. So NBD with parameter 1 comma p goes to the geometric distribution. Now from geometry, how to develop NBD? Let us recall geometric random variable which I taught in your first year. Geometric random variable is nothing but number of failure before to get first success. That means in geometric, we make a record of failure in a random experiment to observe first time success. Now let us compare with NBD random variable. What is NBD random variable? Number of failure before to get kth success. That means instead of observing one success, we try to observe k success. That is a relation between geometric random variable with negative binomial random variable. We'll try to establish the relation mathematically by using a geometric random variables, how to develop negative binomial distribution. Let us see the statement. If x1, x2, x3 dash dash xk are KIID geometric random variables with parameter p, small p, then summation xi is geometric. Sum of geometric follows negative binomial distribution with parameter k comma p. Now here let me explain what is this abbreviation IID. This IID stand for independently identically distributed. That means the variables under study are independent. At the same time, they are identical. That means all of them follows geometric with one parameter value. P is not changing. That is the concept of identical. And independent, these all are independent. If these two conditions satisfied, I can make sum of geometric. And sum of geometric goes where? It goes to NBD. Let us see the difference between previous topic. I have X NBD, Y NBD. I make sum of them. Some of them also remain in NBD. If this happen, then it called additive property. That is not true for geometric. X1 is geometric, X2 geometric. Suppose I speak only for X1, X2. If I add X1 with X2, result will not remain in geometric. It will go to NBD. And that is why geometric distribution does not satisfy concept of additive property. I think everybody got me what is the concept of additive. By making an addition, results should remain in the same distribution. Then that distribution satisfies additive property. From this statement, you can easily understand sum of geometric is not geometric. It is a NBD. Hence, it is also MCQ. Geometric satisfy additive property, yes or no? So you have to say no. NBD satisfies additive property, yes or no? You have to say yes. NBD satisfies additive property. Let us now prove this relation of NBD with geometric mathematically. Proof: it is given that xi follows g for geometric with parameter p and this subscript I from 1 to k. We know that MGF of geometric is p multiplied 1 minus q e to the power t whole bracket minus 1. And it is true for every I, 1, 2 up to k. You might be observing that to study your SY syllabus, you have to take a feedback from your first year notes. So again, I will tell you at least once, twice, make a revision what you already studied in your first year. It will help you to understand your second year syllabus easily. So my MGF of geometric is, I can rewrite this, p divide 1 minus q e to the power t. Let us check your MGF of NBD. Exactly same bracket is there. Only the power is k1 plus k2 for NBD. Otherwise, if you see the MGF of geometric, it is p divided 1 minus q e to the power t. Now consider MGF of summation xi at point t. You know, MGF of sum is product of separate MGF from first year. So whenever I want to write MGF of sum, I used to write separate product of each random variable. So what is mx1t? This is the general formula which is common for every variable 1 to k, because we are studying what type of random variable? IID. Identical, that means everybody has same MGF. So I replace mx1t by this bracket, mx2t by this bracket, and so on. M of xk, the last variable MGF, is this bracket. All these brackets are same. So by making a rule of mathematics, when base is common, you can add the power. So there are how many brackets? Totally, we are studying k variables, so there are k brackets. So finally you get m of summation xi at point t, p divided by 1 minus q e to the power t whole bracket k. Now what is this? It is easily identified as MGF of negative binomial distribution. So by uniqueness result, you can claim sum of geometric is NBD with parameter k, p. Let us proceed. Hence, by uniqueness property of MGF, we say that sum of xi follows NBD with parameter k comma p, and that is written by words sum of geometric random variable follows NBD. Again, you have a question on this topic. State and prove interrelation between geometric distribution and negative binomial distribution. The answer will begin from previous page by writing a statement on the top and making a proof of that statement by MGF approach. So you will get MGF of NBD. That is the end of topic. We proceed ahead. One more topic, relation between Poisson and NBD. So there is a relation between geometric with NBD, as well as there is a relation between Poisson with NBD. Again, now we have to write a statement first and then go for the proof. Under the following conditions, number one condition, KQ by P equal to some M as a constant. Number two condition, Q by P tends to 0. And third condition, K as a number of success become large, that goes to infinity. Under three conditions, if they satisfy, then what will happen? Your NBD approximated by Poisson distribution. You know what is a Poisson distribution from your first year syllabus. In first year, I taught Poisson distribution as well as geometric distribution. So we have both distributions in SY in the form of relation. Sum of geometric become NBD, and limiting case of NBD becomes Poisson. So finally, I write this statement by notation. NBD follows Poisson. P is not probability, P is a symbol of Poisson with parameter M. And what is M? KQ by P. When this is going to happen? This will be happen if K goes to infinity. Let me explain these three conditions, what they stand. I ask everybody, KQ by P, what is this for NBD? Anybody can unmute? What is KQ by P?
Mean, sir.
Good. It is a mean of NBD. So what first condition says? Mean of NBD should be equal to mean of Poisson. M is a mean of Poisson. So first condition says mean of NBD coincide with mean of Poisson. Let us speak for condition number 2. Q divided by P goes to 0. When it will be true? It will be true if denominator become large as compared to the numerator, then ratio goes to 0. So how to make physical interpretation of this? P is nothing but chance of success. Q is a chance of failure. So if I want this ratio close to 0, in my random experiment, chance of success should be larger. So P should be faster and Q should be smaller. That means the random experiment, chance of failure should be small and chance of success should be large to go 0. Other way around, Q is a slower, that means it should tend to 0. So at limiting case, 0 divided by any number becomes 0. So that is the meaning of this ratio. Third condition, K stand for number of success. So I have an experiment where number of success should be large. So if these three conditions satisfied for certain situation, I can apply Poisson in place of NBD to study that situation. Let us see mathematical proof for this statement. Proof. X follows NBD, K comma P. Then we have MGF, P raised to K, 1 minus Q time e to the power T whole bracket minus K. Now this I can write P raised to K down. So you get such type of expression, which is a MGF in the reverse direction. Now I divide this P separately, 1 divided by P, Q divided by P, e to the power T minus K. You can see 1 upon P minus Q by P, e to the power T written as e to the power T minus 1. And this minus 1 with this minus quantity become plus Q by P, cancel with this. So this term is similar to this. So it is the adjustment to be remembered in the entire proof. This is the vital step that is very important to go ahead. Let us check now 1 by P minus Q by P. P is a common LCM, so 1 minus Q by P. 1 minus Q by relation, P plus Q is 1. So 1 minus Q is P. So this P divided by P become 1 minus Q by P e to the power T minus 1 whole bracket minus K. So from this step till this step, I have done nothing. I just simplified MGF of NBD. Now, after this, I am going to apply this condition by taking limit K goes to infinity and by putting KQ by P as M. That means Q by P is M upon K in place of this. So we proceed by taking limit and using condition 1. So KQ by P is M, so Q by P is M upon K. So this is your modification with the help of first condition. Now, by using standard limit to be remembered, limit x goes to infinity, 1 minus a by x whole power minus x. Be remember, here power changes as well as bracket value also change, depend on x as a limit. So if you have function like this, where bracket changing with power, it is called as exponential limit. An answer of this is e raised to small a that come from here. Very important, remember this result. Compare this with this. You have 1 minus sign common, Here x, x, x. Here I am taking limit for k. So x is replaced by k. This is k, this is k. So if I take the limit of left side with right side, limit k goes to infinity, mxt equal to limit k goes to infinity of this bracket. So what is a? A is nothing but m time e to the power t minus 1. So limit of mgf up to here, it is mgf of nbd. Now at this stage, it is not nbd, it is limit of nbd. So limit of nbd become e to the power m time e to the power t minus 1 by this very important result. Now let us go back from your first year. This is MGF, what type of distribution? That is a Poisson. Hence, again I use first year property, uniqueness. What is uniqueness? I told just now. For every distribution, there is unique MGF, and for every MGF, there is a unique distribution. So this MGF is only for Poisson. So I say NBD follows Poisson with parameter m kq by p as k goes to infinity. So question on this topic. It is my usual habit to put the theoretical question at the end of every topic, and that you have to prepare nicely. So the question on this topic is state and prove that Poisson distribution is a limiting distribution of NBD. At this stage, I will stop. The remaining topic we'll try to see in tomorrow's lecture. If anybody has any difficulty, they can ask. Otherwise, today we'll stop. You can unmute and you can raise the questions. Is that okay? I have uploaded the notes for NBD on Google Classroom, and I had given the link for Google Classroom in our WhatsApp group. So I will advise all the students join to the Google Classroom, download that notes, and I had given the remark you should purchase A4 size notebook and write all these notes by your own handwritten in the book. I will check the book when the classes begin offline. I will check each and every notebook for each student. So today we'll stop. We'll meet inshallah in tomorrow's lecture.
Yes, sir.